There you go.
If it goes on, it could come off. It's nasty. This mug, dusty as the dust. That's disgusting. Okay. Out of 1 million boys that want to hoop, 1 million hoopers, 400,000 of those boys make their high school team. 400,000 out of 1 million. 4,000 of those boys play college ball. 4,000 out of 1 million. 35 maybe make it to the league. 35 maybe. 28 of them come off the bench, ride the bench, but you made it. 7 of those boys maybe play in the starting lineup. The average career in the NBA lasts about 4.5 years. But I believe in you.
From baby boys with hoop dreams to having a life I never knew was true. The only one giving it a life was you. From baby boys with hoop dreams to having a whole empire. They say, how do you grow empire? Things you do. I believe in all 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 things you do. From baby boys with hoop dreams.
It be the smallest details of our life that really be dictating who we become. And one day it's like you realize your whole timeline was orchestrated perfectly by God. For example, I can remember when I was younger, my big brother used to cut my hair. And I feel like even that played a part in just learning how to do everything myself, because sometimes he didn't feel like cutting it. So I just decided, man, I'ma do it. And then trial and error. But if I didn't start learning stuff myself, I probably wouldn't be the type person I am because that mindset trickled into music and it molded me to the point I never waited around for nobody. But had I just sat back, like I ain't have no money for no studio time, if I had to pay for studio time, I would not be making music. That's speaking as of back then, because I ain't want nobody involved. And that really rooted from basketball, because it's like you literally relying on somebody to put you in the game. And I'm sitting there like really heated because I be up at 5 a.m. every morning at the school really working. And ultimately, I was just overlooked to the point I got in my feelings. And as a 16-year-old boy, I felt like the world was against me. But now looking back, I realized God was just building me, training me, breaking me, literally, for my calling. And I feel like that's music, of course. And the way God has allowed me to pursue music is in a way like I stand firm in who I am. And it's like I don't give no man no power over nothing. Like if you could help, help. But if you don't see the vision, if you don't see the full capacity of what I have to offer and what God can do, I can't work with you. Because if you don't trust God, I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? But I know God work in crazy ways, so I always keep that first. And it's like, I'm so grateful for the people that God has placed in my life to allow me to let go in certain areas. Because everything need a balance, even being independent. Because like I was saying before, I went on a tangent, but like the example of paying for studio time, I learned how to work the software, mix, all that because I didn't want to depend on nobody. And at the time, that's what I needed. But as of now, I'd be a fool to think a professional in that area can't do better than me. So it's like you don't want to stunt your growth. And so I just need to be around people that understand who I am and how I move. And the blessing about doing things yourself and what I really love about it is when people don't understand you and don't really trust the vision, you could say, oh, well, I'm solid. Somebody else will see the vision. And I know any vision that come from God, folk gonna doubt. And I don't like sitting back. I just like to execute and get it done. It's the only way to get it done, man.
I don't wanna be alone in the middle of the nighttime. I just wanna know you're safe, and I just want you right. That's alright with you. Yeah, you remind me of you, and you remind me of my childhood. Baby, don't need to move through the loop.
At heart, I'm an athlete. Determination, hustle. When I first started taking music serious, I treated it like a sport. Writing lyrics was like exercising a muscle. Most was working regular shifts, I was working double. Dribble, double, dribble. I traveled through all the rubble.
Let me see what I do.
Grown up now, finally got stubble.
See, no music playing, I don't got nothing.
Chose bass and treble over trouble. The Lord saved my voice for a specific time. I was in Tuple.
It's just hard.
Wear Tuple, wear your jersey. Where's your jersey? Get ready to rumble, 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 young man, rumble, rumble, young man, rumble.
I feel like the soul discipline like this. Get to this.
From that?
Yeah, from that I want to.
What did you do?
I don't really do the same thing every time, but I go.
You just go like do it?
I'm gonna go. Boom, boom, boom.
And then you want to go that way.
Yeah, I want to be turning it.
Cool. And we definitely want to sound a little different, so that's solid.
So the first note you hear is actually like right before the one.
What up? Oh, I'll be coming in like right when we hit. So, woke up in a cold sweat. Cause what I'm getting lost in is cause I'm expecting the woke up in the cold sweat, doom doom boom, and it's not coming.
So you come in on the 4.
Okay.
So you go.
let's bring it back a little, because that kind of confused me. So let's bring it to the boom, because I want it to be, when I say what I'm saying, no sound. So, woke up in the cold sweat, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun.
Okay.
So y'all two should be on key, really. Woke up in the cold sweat, differences, I'm so blessed.
Okay.
Now I see the whole perspective. Alright, let's run through that like 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me more of a E. On the whole, give me like a 1, 2, 3, 4. In the cold sweat, my bad. My mind was somewhere else. Alright, run that back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen. Woke up in a cold sweat, differences I'm so blessed. This year I feel no stress, previous year was hopeless. Life felt like a soap op, had a discipline like Joseph. Now it's picture perfect, no crap, or at least now I see the whole perspective. Alright, 2 more times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Music is not an occupation. It's documentation. A lot of people pose the question, why do you make it? It was on this night, one of the last nights I spent with one of my friends. Do you know the power of a DJ? Specifically one with black hands, black hands, black hands, black hands. That's an insider. In spite of our differences, can we make amends? Look me in the eyes when you speak. Laugh with me. Keep me within reach. How can you say who called me in a crowd where many speak? How can you say who touched me in a crowd where many reach? Am I reaching if I say we met for a reason? I was but the tender age of 13 when I realized music would keep me breathing beyond my season. When ice cold goes the pulse of my limbs. When the party stops. When the record spins. No more. When the rhythm is gone. Will you sing my song? Will they sing your song? Music is the way that I'll make your name live. It was on this night, one of the last nights I spent with one of my friends.
Bet. I want to see what this is about.
Wait a minute.
It was 07. That was when he was first.
That was
when the white people first discovered Kanye.
But that was still not this guy called Kanye. He was Kanye.
Yeah, it was like they were flocking for him.
Sure.
So we get into the spot, and I'm telling him my Mos Def Black Star story a couple days earlier, right? So as we're walking up, Mos Def is walking up. And so I go up, I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, yo, what's up? You know, I'm a stranger, right?
Yeah,
so,
who this dude is.
Right, and then so at the end of the last game, J-Rock showed up. And so Jay was like, oh shit, Byze, what's up? And gave me some love. And Coleman was like, hey, come here. Who are you?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean, who am I? He's like, who? J-Rock's the grumpiest person on earth.
Word up.
And he came up and gave you love. So who are you?
When Babylon come around, ask them with them a cassette, Byze one coffee kill a sound. Little jump on your dead and tonight you got jump sound. When Byze one come around, everything done it murder.
I know you probably saying, don't let
kicking OG, you got life to live. A daughter to see grow up from a type to missus. In the same world where you move the records a bit, it's the same world where life will make the best of it spin. Out of control, don't close the curtain, get the show on the roll. Your homies hurting, sister is worried. I know that outwardly you're probably pushing like a G, but deep down questioning purpose. Wrote this rap to keep you wrapped like a turban, protected from thoughts of a serpent. My mama said worship when the weather worsens.
Well, it's rain on the window pane, floods in the gutters, hurricanes up the hill and strange doors like the shutters. Yeah, we sending out prayers for the power to others.
In no time, we gon' get that jumper back to perfect. Knees back to working like a youngin'. I love you if I'm telling you to ease back on the bourbon. I trust you enough to trust you when you tell us that you'll be back for certain.
Don't let this down get you down.
Yeah,
I promise I'm good, I promise don't frown.
I know you probably saying,
If I had known the life, I'm sure I could go a few rounds.
hang in there, man.
I'm sure I could go a few rounds. Father, please. Oh, Father of time, just this one time, postpone your life.
Alright, let's see if this is, now we listen to you. So we walk up, I'm like, I put my hands up to be frisked. He got, oh man, Blessings, what are you doing? Blessings, put your hands down. Blessings, oh. I look at Coleman and I said, hey, this is my friend Eric Coleman. Oh, he's with you? And I go, yeah.
Gotta feed my kitten.
My music career is an example of faith.
This is Tracy's food. This is Tracy.
I made room in a spot
Tracy.
where I'm not supposed to have a
This is
place.
Tracy food right here. Little protein, little egg.
All I had to do was pray
There she go right there.
and wait.
Alright, Tracy. See what happens when you come late? Ants take over. You gotta come on time, Tracy. On time, Tracy. Eat.
When I look at animals, I just be like, animals just live, man. They don't complain. Animals are an example of faith. You don't know where your next meal come from. You just know it's gonna come. You're not worried.
Oh man, my goodness. Jordan Lyles, remember that.
In the middle of the nighttime, hey.
Let me introduce y'all. Man, Houston.
You know that when I'm gone, my life gon' be a part of history. Save yourself the misery from crying over spilled milk. Your line need to see you smile. Easier said, but I kinda think to see tomorrow. See me out, been to the mountaintop, no promising. I think the promise land. That's right, never knew gotta get over what I'm praying for y'all. Remember everything I told you when it came by the law. Remember every letter written from a side of book. Tell me God that I'm sorry about the timing and all. And tell Keisha that I never would hold up. And tell her 958-1140. Just another shot till the thing that you wrote. Tell her life in the tell her that I never has a friend. I know that every day I'm the same. Know you but I love you. One thing that is still remains. R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P. Say R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P. Say R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P. Hey, R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P. Hey, say R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P. Hey, say R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P. Hey, say R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P.
Good stuff, y'all. Alright,
In Spanish now.
It's going to be a day that we will not forget. It feels like summer. Alright, y'all. Today we gotta make the name known. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous. Hard to tell. Words won't come out. Hat. Feel me? Man, I remember. Good, bro.
Snakes on the grass, homie, you a ride for show. Lot of them will swim when you wanna drive the boat. Lot of
R.I.P. to Nipsey.
say R.I.P. I better sing, hey.
R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P.
I better sing, hey.
R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P. R.I.P. to Nipsey. Say R.I.P.
Say R.I.P. Say R.I.P. Let's go. Say R.I.P. Say R.I.P. Say R.I.P.
I just come from
What's that?
My name is Michael Frenke, and this is my Jordan Lyles story. I was working the Juneteenth festival on the King Thurs stage, which is the party in my living room stage in the alley. I'm expecting, predominantly hip-hop acts, and I didn't expect to see bands. And this one particular band stood out to me when they were just like waiting for their turn to go on stage. And I see this young man with a trumpet, and he's surrounded by some other young musicians. So that intrigued me right there, because I don't encounter young black musicians that much anymore. So I had to know. So I walk up to Jordan, and we kind of chop it up, and we talk about genres of music and how music affects people and what he likes and what he'd like to do. And I find out he's a multifaceted artist as well. He plays, he raps, he paints, he makes films. Just a all around just good dude. He coaches and mentors children. Just a good dude, and I wanted to support him in any way I can. And he said, I got a record that needs to be mixed. And I was like, send it. So he sends the record, and I hear the record, and I'm like, yo, God, there's so many different influences in this particular piece of art. It was gospel, it was a little jazz, it was a little R&B. It was like a really cool experience to be a part of, and I'm very humbled to have been invited to be a part of this record. And I had a health crisis. I had a seizure, and it left my memory kind of cloudy, and I've forgotten all about that I had to master this record for Jordan. And I get a call, and he's like, hey, you never sent me the master for the record. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, you promised to master the record for me. And I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I had this health crisis and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, I'm not tripping. And I mastered the record and I sent it to him. And then he sent it back to me in context with some film footage. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. So, you know, that chance meeting of Jordan in Leimert Park turned into being something super cool that I would, you know, I'm very grateful to be a part of. With that being said, thank you so much for being a part of the or allowing me to be a part of the concept. And let's do it again. Peace.
I just want to play that song. Nah, I want you there. Alright, let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Out of 1 million boys that want to hoop, 1 million hoopers, 400,000 of those boys make their high school team. 400,000 out of 1 million. 4,000 of those boys play college ball. 4,000 out of 1 million. 35 maybe make it to the league. 35 maybe. 28 of them come off the bench, ride the bench. But you made it. 7 of those boys may be playing a starting lineup. The average career in the NBA lasts about 4.5 years. Statistics say that out of every 1,000 players, 19.1 might get a serious injury, severe or career ending. But I still believe in you.
This is what really happened.
You ever hit your funny bone? Life is funny, especially when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. It wasn't until I hurt myself and fractured my foot that I sat down somewhere and reflected on my life. I began writing a book about basketball, when I was just a baby boy, when I believed sincerely that I was gonna make it to the league. Before I started thinking about the 1 million other boys that wanna hoop. I recall the moment I found a dirty pair of Air Jordan 7s in a trash can and I would shoot AM to PM in these shoes. And in those same shoes that made me feel like I was on top of the moon were the same shoes I was wearing when I no longer believed in what I can do.
I met my first love when I was just a youngin'. Dribbling my raggedy basketball down the street. I ran into a beat down, pair of Jordans. I only want to see you moving in those days. Baby boys with who dream.
No. It's crap time, bro. Let's do it. Let's get it. Alright, straight into it, bro. 5. Oh, shit.
How did Prince feel? He said, hell no. So Jimmy Jam and Terry decided to go. They did well on their own, like you might guess. Check out Janet Jackson or SOS. Our city gained in popularity with the Prince found cutie known as Vanity. Now, I think that was really smart, because Vanity's a real sweetheart.
So I had this dream on August 17th, 2021. And it's like I was at this Miami Heat game. LeBron was back on the Miami Heat. And halftime just ended. Prince was the halftime performer. And he walked backstage, and I'm backstage with my camera like, yo, this is Prince. I need to get my camera out, record this. I was trying to record him. Before I could record him, he walked up to me and he like, I'm proud of you. I've been watching you. I must say, the music today bores me. But you, Jordan, you make me proud. Word, man. Hey, that mean a lot coming from you, Prince. Real talk. He was just giving me advice, telling me all these things. He was like, I don't know what I was doing at your age, but you remind me of myself. And I was just feeling honored, like, I don't remember what I was doing at your age, but I know we were alike. His opinion really mattered. Like, this is one opinion that matters. I'm in awe, like, wow. And in the dream, I was like, this is really my life, bro. I'm backstage with Prince, bro. Like, I'm really backstage with Prince. And then I had another dream on another occasion. Prince, again, talking to me, giving me advice. Ironically, a while later, I run into this opportunity to work as a music instructor for these children. I thought it was gonna be little kids, but it turns out it's a high school. And pretty much it's like a hip-hop education. And the founder of this whole program is T.C. Ellis. And T.C. Ellis was a friend of Prince, and they were real close. They grew up together. The day I had my interview, I told them about that dream, and I was just like crazy. We didn't go in depth. But some months later, T.C. flew my partner and I out to Minnesota. In a couple of months, I'm going to introduce you to someone. You'll fly over the purified waters of Lake Minnetonka, landing in Minneapolis. There you'll meet a friend of mine, T.C. Ellis. Let him know I've sent you. And also let him know I've seen what he's done with the schools. I'm proud of him. I got you, bet. Easy call, easy call. Real life, man. Document every moment of it. Let them know you existed. Let the world know we existed. You feel me? And not only did you exist, you made a difference. It's real talk. It's gonna make a big difference. This world, man, they need what you got. So, I'm talking to whoever.
Hired another guy to work with the students in Moreno Valley, and at the last minute, dude said he couldn't do it. And then he put us in touch with Jordan, and Jordan interviewed with my guy, Scott, and he told him he had a dream about Prince, was talking to him about his future, and Scott told him, hey, the dude we're working with was one of Prince's partners, and he's part of the lineage of the Minneapolis music sound and Prince's life. Because me and Prince grew up, we were friends, and I thought it was amazing because he said that he had got advice from Prince, and he spoke with Prince, and I knew Prince personally, and then he had another dream, additional dream where he saw Prince. So it's like it all came together, just, amazing how, he's educating young people about the recording industry, and he's been through it himself, and we're all working together. It's like, one-on-one, 1 + 1 makes 2. So.
It's always like clear. Like, this ain't just, you might be watching something and then dream about it. Like, no, I didn't even listen to Prince at first. Like, it took me a while to get on that wave. Of course, I heard the mainstream joints, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oftentimes I would get like these Prince comparisons, not in terms of singing, but that ear for music. That's why in the song I wrote, They try to call me Mini Prince, I'm Jordan Lyles the first. He came in a dream, said he was proud of me, he probably more proud of this verse. I talk to legends all the time, at this point I'm starting to blend. I talk to God even more, at this point I'm starting rebirth. So that was like, you know, maybe I'm reborn, maybe that spirit is reborn somewhere. And it latched on to me, I don't know. After death, we don't know how it really worked. But pretty much, I wrote that verse after them dreams, and then boom, things start connecting, dots start connecting. And it's like this song itself is so impactful because it's revealing so much to me. And basketball is such a crazy thing.
All right now, you be good, Jordan. Continue to make me proud. And when you meet Dave Chappelle, tell him Prince says, the revolution is back.
I can't even tell something true unless there's a punchline behind it. You guys all ready?
Save all the oil in Tupperware, wrap foil the itty bits. Remember the roots just like I remember the city scent. Can't change over pretty pennies, that wouldn't make any sense. Kawhi brought a hoop to the porch of grounds where the city sits. I stood right behind him as they take flicks for the LA Times. Fast forward when I'm 26, I'm giving back similar ways I moved here when I was 6. Since then I knew I would be global, used to hear whispers when passing corners. Guardians all around me, seen silhouettes with my cornea. Corduroy flooded pants with a dream to be something more than another check for a corner. Always knew I'd make a name. My mama water broke on a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Can't say it ain't symbolic, and no, it ain't about no fame.
I just seen the tax collectors and cents to change the game. Just like musicians are for the ill, musicians are for the pain.
You got it, bro. Let's do it.
Taught me how to dream, the group taught me about the team. The truth taught me that what seems is usually about the cream. Music taught us steam, I pour from 2 Pac and Albert Green. I'm like a church van with candy painted cushion candy seats. Mike taught me invest, Trina taught me keep the palette green. Moms taught me prayer, pops taught me about the battle ring. The leader just sat with the Reverend Bernice King. 3 years ago, gave birth to my sweet niece, family gene. Royal the lineage. Trust, never penny pinch. Can't stop the plan of God like when Candace snitches on Phineas and Ferb. I curb the slaves in this world.
It'll be okay. From a baby boy with a hope dream. He never thought he would see such a big dream come true. I believe in all things you do. Yes, I believe in all things you do. Yes, baby boy, baby, I believe in